How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Sugarcat here in his kitchen. That's why it sounds echoey, because my microphone's on the microwave behind me on the shelf. So it's gonna sound kind of echoey. I'm very, very sorry. We're trying something new today. We're trying how far can I bend over to keep myself in shot day. It's my kitchen. We're gonna try cooking today because I had a spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes. I couldn't remember what it was called. Spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes for the first time like a couple days ago, and I want to recreate it. I worked as a chef in a couple kitchens around the city for a couple years, and I really want to see if I can still make something that's edible. So we have a rough list of ingredients here. We got franks, we got onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, paprika, cornstarch, garlic dill, vinegar to make our own buttermilk, brioche buns, chicken breast, which is $11 for 4 of them. Yeah, it's extortion. We got our milk to make our buttermilk. And I believe that's about it, to be honest. Oil, because we're gonna need ass loads of this, because none of that air fryer stuff for us. So what we need is about 1.5 cups of buttermilk. And if you don't happen to have any buttermilk, we're gonna make our own. Always blow the dust out of your measuring cups. So we have whole milk, which I believe it's called everywhere else but in Canada. It's like 3.25%. So we need about 1.5 cups. So let's look for 1.5 cups here. Blah, 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 blah. Good enough. I think I threw with the lid to my milk. I did! So now we can put this bad boy in the fridge. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your vinegar. And I know this sounds kind of crazy, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna poke a hole in your vinegar and get it all over your hands. And you're gonna take, these are all kind of worn, so I'm gonna make sure it's the right one. That's half a tablespoon. I want a full tablespoon, please. You know what? It's fine. You know what really helps to cook though? You gotta have one of these in your kitchen because they're very, very handy to have around to, I don't know, keep morale up. So you're gonna add, to each cup of milk, you're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of vinegar. So since we've got 1.5 cups of milk, you're gonna do 1.5 cups. Go blah, 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 blah. And you dump. And you dump. And you dump. And you give that a little swish around. And in about probably 5 or 10 minutes or so, you're gonna notice a small separation on top. And it may look gross, but it's really important. You want that acidity in your chicken as it's marinating. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of this nonsense and move it off of here. Because we need room. You got your cutting board. We're going to use not a serrated knife, not a bread knife. Sure, this one looks fine. You're gonna slit your chicken open, and you're gonna take, let's say 2. We'll go with 2 of these bad boys. And these are actually not that thick. I was considering like butterflying them, then flatten them out. I actually don't think I have to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some, first I'm gonna wash my hands because that's important. Clean hands means you're not gonna get sick. So we're gonna put some plastic over our chicken like that. And we're gonna get, I don't know, the heaviest pot that we have, because I don't have a tenderizer or a flattener of any kind, so we're gonna, okay, let's try it on the floor. So now that your chicken's been beaten into oblivion, it's a lot thinner, it's a lot easier to fry that way. And it honestly may have only gotten a little bit of flour on it, it's fine. It's supposed to be like a casserole dish just for the sake of it, but we're gonna use this metal pan. Getting there, we'll give that another minute or 2. I mean, it looks kind of chunky on top, it's supposed to be chunky. So we're gonna pour that into our pan. Glug, glug, glug. So we have a nice pan of, I don't know, vinegary milk. And we're going to take our chicken and we're going to put it into the milk. Give it a nice little bath. Now you have a nice little bath, little chicken. So we're gonna let that sit for like 20 to 25 minutes. The vinegars and the milk and stuff soak into it, and it does something about breaking it down, making it softer, and making things stick better to it. I don't know the chemical behind it, but buttermilk is what you use to make things taste better. So while that chicken's doing its thing, we're gonna do the breading. For the breading, we're going to need our friend Flour's coming by for a visit. So get out your handy dandy measuring cup. And always use a butter knife to flatten out the top of your measurements, especially when it comes to flour, because it's really important to do. So you got 1 cup of flour. And we can put that bad boy away. We need 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And since I am having a heck of a time locating my tablespoon, I only have a half tablespoon, so I gotta do 6 of these. So these are gonna be just like rough. 1, 2. Now you might be saying, hey Sugarcat, why aren't you measuring those properly like you did the flour? Because unlike the flour, the cornstarch is what adds the crispiness and the crackliness. And I am okay with there being a little bit extra cornstarch. After your cornstarch is there, you need a tablespoon of paprika, which I love. I love the smell of paprika. It's one of those great smells. Whoever invented paprika, good job, dude. Good job. And we're gonna use 2 teaspoons of onion and garlic powder. So, I actually have a teaspoon. 1, 2. Onion powder smells funny. You ever realize it doesn't actually smell like onions? Well, I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't smell right. It smells like wrong. Whew. Got a big face full of celebration there. A little bit extra garlic powder never hurt anybody. And like any good recipe on the earth, you gotta make sure you got your salt in there. Which you need about probably a teaspoon and a half maybe, because salt is very important. Now, just for good measure, I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne. Because even though I got the Frank's extra hot, I wanted a little bit extra oomph to it. Now I know I own a Whisk. I do! So you want to give that a nice mix together. So it just looks like a mystery red powder. I like to get extra camera angles on this. If this is something that you guys enjoy seeing me do, cooking, I mean, that's kind of strange, but this is kind of fun because I'm home, not doing much of anything at all. I'm just kind of spending time with you guys. So let's see. Always taste. That's pretty dang good. So we're gonna measure out 2 cups of fryer oil. Now, I want you guys to be aware of something that I'm doing. Since I just washed out this measuring cup, I'm drying it out because you do not want water in your oil frying thing, because that's how you create explosions and that's how you mess your entire kitchen up. Be careful. So, we just got regular old vegetable oil. We're gonna do 2 cups of this. Try to keep it on as flat a surface as possible and just kind of blub it into a blub. Roughly 2 cups. Now, I do not have a thermometer, so I gotta bring this oil to 350 somehow by eyeballing it. There are ways to do it, which I'm hoping work the same as like a deep fryer. So we're gonna just kind of wing that and hope for the best. But for now, we're gonna do a bit more prep stuff. We got some mayonnaise. And we'll get a little, I don't really have a little bowl, but or do I? I totally got a little bowl. So we're gonna take a spoon and we're gonna scoop out like 2 spoon loads. But they don't need too much sauce. It doesn't need to be too crazy. And we're gonna bust open our Frank's Red, because I put it on everything. I don't. I actually like a lot of Carolina Reaper and ghost pepper hot sauces. But for something like this, you need this. So we're gonna do, I don't know, a bunch. And then we're gonna just give it it's probably about 6 dashes. Let's give it a bit of a swirl and see where we're at. Because you don't need to add any salt to this, that's for sure, because Frank's is crazy salty. And I can taste this off the spoon because it's just meat in it. More Frank's. More Frank's is needed. More Frank's is needed. Probably about there is probably good. So I'd say in the end, probably about 10 dashes, which will make it really thin, but that's okay, because we're just gonna put it on a bun anyway, so it's gonna just soak into it. Okay, that's all done. So now we're gonna start heating this bad boy up. Now, that's gonna take a bit, so I can get some more stuff done while it's doing that. And what's the most important thing to do, boys and girls? Clean. Always make sure you clean up behind yourself, because it's super important to have a clean kitchen. Washing the chicken cutting board, washing the chicken cutting board to do our pickles. This faucet probably sounds really great. I do have a dishwasher. It's on the other side here, but I don't know about you, but I haven't got time to run a dishwasher. We have our clean cutting board. I can't get the jar open. Oh, I'm so weak. My hands are also wet. There we go. Gamer strength. So we only probably need 1, because we're not gonna go too crazy on the pickles. We're gonna just do nice little thin slices. I don't like giant chunks of pickle, but I do like the taste of the pickle on the chicken sandwich. So that's probably, I don't know, a bunch of little thin slices of pickle. And 1 for me. Oh. So while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna take the butter out to start melting. You know, this pan arguably probably would work better than that one. I'm not sure why I picked that one. This one would work better, but it's too late now, isn't it? It's too late to turn back now. What that whole pan's gonna be used for, I'm gonna toast up the brioche buns, put some butter on them, toast them in the pan. That's the only way to do it, boys and girls. By the way, I should have said at the beginning, this is a recipe for 2 chicken sandwiches, because I can eat 2 chicken sandwiches. There are 4 buns here, which means that I'm probably gonna be doing this again tomorrow, but there's no need to record that. I did just realize that I might not have tongs, which is gonna make my life a little bit more difficult. Oh, no, wait. I got these little bad boys. Because you don't want to be sticking your hand in there, grabbing the chicken and flipping it like that. That's crazy. So basically how you can tell if your oil is hot enough is by taking 1 drop of water. It's not. If the water goes pop, your oil's ready. So now you just kind of wait. Time to lean is a time to clean. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys enjoy me throwing things around my kitchen. But if you want more videos of me like cooking and stuff, let me know, because I'll do more of these. I enjoy cooking. Well, I don't enjoy cooking for just myself, at least not anymore. But if you guys enjoy it, it will give me something to do, and it will give me somebody to talk to while I'm doing it, which is kind of neat. The setup for this is a little bit more tricky and difficult than what I expected. I do need to invest in a DSLR at some point in time. This is recording on my cell phone because the webcam that I normally use for recording does not look good. Not on the laptop, at least. I could bring out like my full system and bring it out here, but that's an absolute pain. I don't want to do that. So I don't have a wire rack to put this on when it's done. At least I don't believe I do. Oh wait, I do have this. Hang on. I got this thing. So what I'll do is I'll get this plate, put this like this, and just put the chicken on top of there. That'll work. See, when in doubt, improvise. You use what you got and try to do what you can with it. And since I'm now living on my own and making things work on my own, I improvise. I'm gonna say that's probably good. So we'll do a test piece. You're gonna take your chicken. Actually, I'm going to do something a bit different. I want a little bit extra chunk. So I'm going to take a little bit of the buttermilk and I'm gonna spoon it into my flour mixture here. Because what that will do is that will add a few extra crispy chunky things. Because there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of crispy extra chunky things. So you take your chicken, you put it in your flour mixture, and you just kind of mess it around. Make sure it gets into every little craggle that you can get it into. Because you want this bad boy to be full of this breading. Oh, it smells delicious. I almost want to double dip it, but since this is my first foray at this, I kind of don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk basically screwing it up. So I'm going to say that this is ready to go. So always put it away from you. Let's get the other one going. So it's probably going to be about 5 to 6 minutes each side, depending on the thickness of your chicken and stuff, because you don't want to eat raw chicken, because that will just ruin your day. And your life, potentially. So don't do that. Don't eat raw chicken. Looking good. Okay. It actually made a lot more batter than what I expected. You can probably cut that recipe in half if you're doing 2 chickens. So let's give our hands a wash while we're waiting on that. Keep a close eye on it. Use your little tongy thingies. And just give them a little nudge. You don't want them sticking to the bottom. I guess my biggest concern is turning them into basically fried chicken with just like a thin coating, like a shake and bake chicken. I'm hoping that the breading is stuck enough that it creates those craggles in the thickness. Hoping at least. So as you can see by the clock on my stove, it is 3:28 right now. We put them in about 2 minutes ago. We'll give them until about a minute or 2 minutes past 3:30, so like 3:32. And then we'll flip these bad boys over. So while that's also doing its thing, I'm gonna put this pan on a 2 in the back, get that a little bit warm, and I'm gonna get my butter for my brioche buns, and I'm gonna get those toasting up. So I'm not sure if my butter is soft enough to start buttering this. So I'm going to get a little bowl. I'm just gonna cut a chunk off this butter. I'm gonna plop it on there. if you're ever wondering why can't I cook or why does none of the food I cook taste good, you're not using enough butter, salt, or fat. Actually, in all my years of cooking, like all jokes aside, I have learned that salt is the key to everything. And that if you're something that you're making just needs a little bit of extra oomph, salt. Which I never thought. I never thought that that would be a thing. All right, we're 3:32. So, let's grab our tongs and let's see what we got. Oh, shiver me timbers. Okay, it's a little bit dark on this end. Oh, it's actually looking proper. See, what you can do is I'll save this mixture. I'll put a saran wrap over this, put it in the fridge, and I'll make up the other 2 chicken breasts tomorrow in the same way. You can actually reuse the oil. People tend to not think that they can reuse oil like that. You totally can. It's just what you should do is wait for it to cool first, and then you skim off whatever's on the top that isn't that great. Store it in the fridge, bring it back out the next day. You can reuse it 3 or 4 times before it starts going a little bit off. But there is nothing bad that's going to live in that. It's like, it goes up to 400 degrees, it's fine. The only thing that will happen is it'll start tasting a little bit funny, that's all. Okay, so about 3:37, 3:38, we'll say, and I'll call this bad boy done. We're going to cut one in half just to be certain, because they are a little bit thicker than what I intended. They're some thick boys, so while that's doing that, see, I only have one big burner on this apartment stove, so I'm trying to heat up this giant ass pan with a small burner, so it's going to take a little longer, so I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit on that bad boy. We're going to need our toasted buns very, very soon. This has also turned out to be a lot longer of a video than what I expected. I hope that's okay. I hope you guys are enjoying watching. It says 41 minutes. I'm hoping to chop it down to like maybe a half hour once this is done. But holy crap, I hope it's not like a 40-minute video of me cooking chicken. I hope that's enjoyable for you guys. Oh man, I really hope that's enjoyable. You should see the crust forming on this chicken. It's looking great. This front one's a little bit darker than what I would have liked, but this back one's looking really, really good. Can I bread you and put you in the pan? Don't worry, I won't bread her and put her in the pan. Don't worry, I'm just joking. Mwah. She's like, I like chicken. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Say hello. I don't have a name yet, but I'm lovely. Oh, I think she's scared of the pan. Okay, I'm really excited to try this. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm really, really excited to try this. Is this even heating up? Yes. Heat up quicker. This is working way better than I thought. I wish you didn't have to mortgage your house off to get chicken in this bloody country. Province especially. 4 chicken breasts, $12. Seriously? So if it ever goes on sale, I'd like to do this with boneless, skinless thighs, which I believe is the superior cut of chicken. And if you ever see chicken on sale, you can usually get the big boxes at Walmart and stuff. I think for like 20-25 bucks, you can probably get like 15 pieces. That's the way to do it. I also just realized the sound of that chicken bubbling in that pan might be interfering with the sound of the microphone, and I'm really hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. If I do sound terrible, maybe I'll invest in a lapel microphone. You can get them on Amazon for like 20 bucks. That brings me to another thing. If you'd like to support the channel and help me get more equipment and make things look better, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/SugarcatPlays. You can go there and support the channel, and there's a bunch of unedited reactions up there that you can see as well. Okay, that's heating up. I'm going to put these in here now, because I don't want it to be screaming hot when I first put them in. I want it to toast slowly. So I'm just going to peek at the undercarriage of this. Okay, this one. I'm going to pull this one out because it's getting a bit dark. I'm also going to cut it because I don't trust myself to make sure that I don't accidentally kill myself with a raw chicken. So that one's done. This one is most likely done as well. Oh, she's hot. And I know all you chefs out there are going to be like, you should have a meat thermometer. I know. I just don't have one because I just recently moved out on my own and I kind of have to just wing it. Yeah, this is totally done. That's totally done. Okay. So now you got a big pan of like flaming hot oil. Don't touch it, don't go near it, don't do anything with it. Just leave it there until it cools down. Don't touch it. Oh my God, it's so hot. I can't help it. Okay, wait, there's a little piece. I gotta try a piece. It just smells so good. Oh my God. That's really close. Wow, that's really close to Popeyes. I went a little bit too hard on the salt. You can probably cut that down to 1 teaspoon instead of a teaspoon and a half. That's what you're looking for. But you want that to cool down. You don't want that to start sweating and getting all... Put them on your plate once they're done. And then just kind of let them sit, but don't let them sit on one side for too long because they'll start to sweat. So continuously flip them back and forth like every 30 seconds or so. Okay, so we're gonna take our spicy mayo that we got here. You guys can see that on camera? Yes, you can. I'm gonna do a blob on each side. Because you wanna go kind of hard on the sauce. Because the messy sauce is kind of what makes it good, isn't it? Give that a swirl around. That's gonna go everywhere, all over my face because there's so much of it. And we actually used it all up. That's what I like. We're gonna take our chicken. There. That one there. Put it up here so you guys can see it. Yeah. And then we're gonna do some pickles. See, Popeyes only puts 2 pickles on their chicken. And to me, that's crazy. Because it's the garlic and the acidity of the pickle that really brings out the flavor. Although this might be a little bit too heavy on pickles even for me. This is, wow, that's really pickle heavy. So, they look a lot darker on camera than what they actually are for some reason. But this is my take on the Popeyes Spicy Chicken Sandwich. I'm a little bit nervous to take a bite because I think it's going to be hot as all hell, but yeah, that's pretty damn good. Yeah, okay. So I hope you guys liked watching me make chicken sandwiches. If you guys want to see more like this, let me know down in the comments down below. And consider becoming a patron on patreon.com/SugarcatPlays. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. There's also the TikTok, official Sugarcat. There's the Twitter and the Instagram, both Sugarcat Plays. Please go check them out. Thank you for all the support that you show the channel every single day. And I will see all of you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.